Good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Quarter Inch Seam. I'm Angela. You're in my sewing room. I'm so glad you're here. A little ducktail going on this morning. Just hide that back there so you don't see it. Okay. As you are joining us, tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. And if you're watching the replay, you can tell us you're watching the replay. Because I always go back and look at comments afterwards and respond to everybody's comments and everything like that. Hi, Dubrovka. Hi, Julie. Minnie's here this morning in their sewing room, looking for treasures on the floor. She's always looking for something fun to play with. And, okay, I have lots to cover today. Oh, I love the other pattern. It's okay, I'll show it. Hi, Laura. Yay, you're catching the live. Okay, we are going to sew. We're now on block. We're now on block 3 of the Signs of Spring by My Fabric Addiction. Table topper, or table square, table runner, wall hanging. Hi, sweet Minnie. Minnie, are you in here? I think she went to go watch something else. Okay. I mean, she watches too much TV as it is. Oy, this dog and TV. Gonna have to cut back her screen time. Okay. Today we're doing the egg. And it's taking... Hi, Diana. Good morning from Eufaula, Alabama. Another Alabama. We have quite a few from Alabama. Hi, Madeline. We have quite a few that wander in from Alabama. My husband spent a bunch of his childhood in Alabama. Loved it. Loved it. He grew up in Gadsden. And we're hoping, a small trip to Gadsden coming up here soon. Well, to Alabama, because Gadsden, you can't really spend a week in Gadsden. It's not really that much to do. He has no family or anything there, but I want to see where he grew up, and he'd like to go back. But Alabama in general. There's things about southern states, Alabama, Tennessee, that we really like. Oh, geez. Okay, Angie. Good morning, Angie. Good morning from a foggy, misty Colorado. Just need rain, and so far nothing but a light mist. Good day to sew. It's always an excellent day to sew when it's misty because you're not being guilted into going outside where it's lovely. It's lovely here today. It's going to be 85. It was overcast this morning, and I was hoping it was going to stay because then I would have gone out and spent some time in the yard right after this, but it's going to be warm. It's going to be like 85. So I'll probably go out this afternoon. Not that you care what I'm doing this afternoon, but that's what I'll be doing. Loretta. Hi, Loretta. All right. I'm going to see if... Let's see if I can do all this. Oh, no. I forgot to put the microphone on. Can you guys hear me okay? This will make it sound better. Hold on. In case you wanted a close-up of my face. Okay. Hi, Donna. Oh, hi, Thelma. How did I miss Thelma? Okay. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Who knows? Angela, come on. Okay, so this is what we're doing. And like a not-so-bright person, I didn't print the instructions in color. So let me give you a tip, a pro tip. Hi, Donna. Another Donna. Hi, Donna Bogart. Let me give you another tip. If you're going to do this pattern, if you're going to buy it, or if you find it for free, or if you want to do this one, if you can, print it in color. Or before you print it, go back print it in black and white, and then use the color, the color version on your computer or your phone or whatever to tell you what to use this fabric examples where they letter the fabrics to tell you what color is what. Because, oh, I bet you this is orange. Oh, maybe I should just do this now. I can't do it now. It still doesn't make as much sense. To tell you what color is what, because once you print it in black and white, it's a little difficult to figure out what color you're supposed to print, what color fabric you're supposed to cut for it gets a little bit confusing. So after I finish a square, we did the flowers last week. Oh my gosh, so cute. After we did that, I have to, before I go to the next, could you use colored pencils? Oh, absolutely. But you have to tell yourself what color is what. Like, I'll give you an example. Once you print it in black and white, and then you go into the cutting, it says on the back of a fabric A square. If this were in color, I would know that fabric A was white. Or when it says do fabric E, cut 4 3x3 squares, you don't know what it is because it's just a gradation of gray, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense. I may not be explaining it right. Who knows? Who knows? So, F. Oh, wait a minute. I think F is green. Okay, D is purple. D is purple. A, J, J. Ba-da-ba-da. Okay, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's supposed to be a different purple. See, like fabric B, she only wants 2 3x3 squares. On the back of a... Hi, Sandra. Thank you for your good mornings to Steve. He's not here. He's working this morning. On the back, draw another line. Fabric F. 1 3x3 and 2 2.5 by 2.5. Okay, so I think fabric F is green for this example. Fabric G, okay, losing my patience here. J is purple. Ha ha. 2 3x3s, H. Is going to be teal. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be pink. 6 2.5s. Oh. One, two, three, four, five. Nope. No idea what G is. Let's see here. Hang on. Oh. 6. No. And I can't find the color pattern. All right, let's start cutting what we can. So, we know we're going to need 10. Oh, yeah, I know the white's right. Oh, well, congratulations, Angela. Okay, so let's just get to some cutting. And while we chat today, hi, Diane. We need quite a few of these today. So let's square this up a little bit. Just a wee bit. What are you guys doing today? Anything fun? I'm doing this. Then finally packing away all the jackets and cold weather clothing. Oh, putting it away is as bad as getting it out and hanging it all up. Well, Angela, that was the worst cut job we've ever seen. Look at that. Hello. Maybe keep your eyes open when you do it there, darling. Okay. So now we need I might have we need 2 3x3s. I might have those already laying around somewhere. 10 2.5 by 2.5. So, ouch. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, I got a cramp. Did you forget that? Oh, I got a cramp. Okay, I agree, Sandra. Hello. Hi, Diane. Sorry I've been MIA going through some major life changes. Oh, Diane, I'm sorry. Change is hard. You go first. Have you ever heard that saying? Oh, Madeline. Madeline just sent me a call. Oh, my God, Madeline. My regular email, Madeline? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Okay, it's checking it. Hold on. All right. I mean, check your messages. Okay. It says that it's trying to, it says that I have another message, but it hasn't come through yet. Oh, please come through. Hi, Alex. It's too early. Okay. So 2.5 times 5 is 2.5 inches, 5 inches, 10 inches, 12.5 inches. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying to see if I only need to cut one row, but I don't. I need to cut more than one row. 1, 2.5. All right, let's go. Come on, Angela, get it together here. 2.5. I'm going to cut the white while I'm waiting for that to come through. Diane, I hope whatever you're going through, I hope you go through it quickly. I hope it just wraps itself up. Yeah. Life has a way of doing that to us. And unfortunately, life has also a way of sometimes putting us in the midst of big things, and then the little things just end up being overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like when you're going through a sickness, or if you go through something with a family, then suddenly cooking dinner just seems like you may as well just have to cross the Andes. It's just too much. And it's hard to keep those things in perspective. But sometimes those little normal tasks, or showing up to sew for a little bit, that's what, keeps you from just losing it. You know what I mean? Anyway. I'll ask God the same thing, Diane, just to help you through it. And thank Him that it's already done. Okay? All right. Now, I cut this one too big. Hi, Betsy. Oh my gosh. Angela. Okay, let's start over. Ready? Welcome to Courtesy. Oh my God. Steve's going to see this and he's going to be like, what happened to you today? I don't know. Too much coffee, too little coffee. Who knows? I mean, honestly, who really knows? 1, 2.5, right? 1, 2, and then a half. Okay. Now, shall we cut it? Wait a minute. Yes, that's right. 2.5. You know, Diane, sometimes you hang on to the end of your rope, and sometimes you're hanging on to the end of your thread, and whatever it is that you're hanging on to, you just got to hang on. Yep. You just got to hang on. And I'll leave it at that. Now, is this right? 1, 2.5. And I missed the cut. Oh my gosh, Diane. And you have to go to work. Ugh. 200 price changes. Oh! I try to tell myself the tough times make the sweet so much sweeter. If we can just hang on. Yeah. I'm so glad you were able to come by today. I, on the other hand, have completely just... I mean, honestly, there's no way. How am I going to cut the rest of this stuff if I can't even get through this? Golly sakes. Let's just cut these. Let's just start cutting these because I'm losing it already. This is why this is not a tutorial channel. Hi, Lori. 1, 2.5. Okay, 11.5. All right. You know what? I have 2.5-inch white squares, but they're not the right fabric, so See, that one was a little off too. Angela, pay attention. Pay attention. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. This one was a little off, so we'll just take a couple out of here. And now we have our 10. Okay. And we'll just cut from the side that we know is right. Okay. Okay, so 1 hour later, we managed to cut 10 2.5-inch squares. We're just flying along here. Sorry. Okay, hold on. What's going on? No prices needed. Everything is free. That's pretty funny. Yes, Diane, if we were an in-person guild, we would all give you a great big hug. Since we're not an in-person guild, the advantage is you get hugs from all over the country. Yeah, that was pretty funny, Madeline. I gotta hand it to you. Then all the prices would be free for everybody. Everything would be free. 1, 2, 3. All right, now we don't need very many of these. Okay. And 3 inches. All right. So that's the white done. Whatever New York has, I hope New Jersey doesn't catch it. Don't even get me started. All right, now let's see if my message came through. So I know, gosh, this has just been very confusing. I haven't gotten it yet. That's okay. Okay, all right. So here's what I'm going to use. I'm going to stick with the same pink. I'm not going to change. I want the pink to kind of carry through. Now, girls, we need to keep politics out of the guild. Okay, I'm going to use this for the pink. Fabric B is only 2 3x3 squares. That means that they're going to be hi, Babs. I'm so late. What did I miss? Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Babs. We're encouraging Diane. She's dealing with some stuff. So we're just sending good thoughts and prayers her way. We have a little underlying sarcastic joke going yeah. And we're trying to get the fabric cut so we can do the egg. Oh, cruise. Okay. So while I'm figuring this out and we're cutting, 1, 2. I found it. Purple. There's the pink. It's yellow. No, it can't be yellow. Green, teal, purple. What's above the purple? What's above the purple? Let me see here. What's above the purple? So this top one is green. All right, well, this is easy. Okay, for the green, we know we need two 2.5-inch squares and a 3-inch square. Okay, so green, I'm going to use the same green that I used before too. The green. Here's what you want. I just can't figure out what's supposed to get cut for what. Like what sizes are supposed to get cut. All right, so for the green, we need two 2.5s and a 3x3. All right, let's see if we can do this without causing a major disaster and costing ourselves $40 in fabric today. Shall we see if we can try that? I told you last week that all of our chickadees hatched and flew away. It was absolutely amazing. 1, 2.5. Oh, I think I'll do this. Let's cut it as a 3x3. Let's cut it as 3 inches. And then I'll have enough for everything I need to do. All right. The chickadees hatched. They flew away. They were the most adorable thing. 1, 2, 3. However, the other day, I discovered that one little baby didn't make it. And that made me very sad. We found him in the grass. And I think maybe something was wrong with him, because I'm thinking that if something had attacked him and tried to, they would have just taken it. So I think he just wasn't strong enough. Nature. Okay, there we go. All right, green's done. Green's done. White's done. Something that only gets 2 3x3s, which means that they're going to be half square. Haven't really quilted in a couple weeks. Go sew circles on something. Make yourself a placemat or a mug rug. You know me, I'm a sucker for a mug rug. 1, 2. It's the pink. This, I think, is the yellow. And this is the purple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try that. 2 3x3s makes it pink. Okay, so pink, we need 2 3x3-inch squares. Dun, 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 dun. 1, 2, 3. Really? I don't have any leftover pink? I guess not. All right. Now, I am going to, because I have the perfect little fabric for it, How many guilders here have a long arm? That's what I'm really dying for. Is a long arm. My back hurts. Okay, so pattern from that Steve actually sent me, and then I got it again this morning on email, and it is for. I'm going to see if I can't share the picture of it. I'm going to share it on my phone. Whatever. Can you guys see it? I'll do it here. It is the Patchwork Sewing Machine cover. Is that adorable? Adorbs. Now this is on A Quilting Life. A Quilting Life. And Steve had actually sent me this last week, so it was funny that he got it before I did. But I have the cutest fabric for that, and it is called. Hey, don't go anywhere. Pardon my rear. It's this adorable, and I only have one charm pack of this fabric. Ha ha. No, this wasn't it. But this is going to be cute. I think we'll do it in this anyway because I really love these colors. So, and it's very similar to that. So I'm going to do it with Marcus Fabrics. And this is called Aunt Grace's Apron. Hey, Donna, congratulations! Yahoo! Donna picked up her long arm. Yes! So this is the fabric that I am going to use for the machine cover. Look at how adorable this is. Is this so cute? So cute. Oh my goodness. How precious are these? So we're going to do that. We're going to sew that one this week. So if you want the fabric, if you want the pattern, A Quilting Life. A Quilting Life. I'll put it in the comments. A Quilting Life. And it is patchwork. Oh my gosh, I can't type today. A patchwork. And if you Google it just like that or search it just like that, it'll probably just pop up. And then the fabric I'm using is Aunt Grace's Apron. Okay. What do I need for the pink? 2 3x3s. Okay. And then we just need 2. What are you guys all sewing on or working on today? After this, I'm going to do some laundry. I'm not really going to kill it today. Just going to, I'm not feeling like I do know what I have to do. I got to finish putting away, like I mentioned, all the winter clothing stuff, because I got to get these. I got to get my. I need to have my guest room back. I don't like it all in a state of chaos. So we're gonna do that today, and then for my aqua go big, it has flying geese all around it. Wow! I'm trying to figure out loading it up for the first time. Oh, Donna, that's very cool. Donna's got a long arm. Donna's got a long arm. And she got a deal. Is there any other? Okay, so we did the pink. We did the green. Now, let's just make sure that this is right. The purple, green, let me see. 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 3x3s in purple. We're going to use the same purple that we used for well, looky there. One done. And look at you. Oh, do you just love it when that happens? Okay, I finished. What are you reading? Let's move along in the schedule for today. I finished Career of Evil by Robert Galbraith. As usual, didn't see it coming. I thought it was going to be a total left job, total newbie that was going to be the whodunit. And it was not. It was, as usual, staring us right in the face. And another great book. So I finished reading that one, and now, and I highly recommend them. If you like it's a longer read. They're usually about 500 or so pages. Fantastic. So then I think the next one I'm going to read by Galbraith is, I think it's Lethal White, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, purple's done. 3 3-inch squares done. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, another 4 3x3s. Yellow. So now that I have finished that, Judge Stone by James Patterson and Viola Davis. There it is. My new read. It's good. It's good. Just started it. Already into it. Already trying to find a bunch of more times that I can spend reading. Yeah. All right. So we need 3x3 on this. Okay. Steve and I worked on the new studio this week, and as usual, Steve is great at, I think because we both came from retail, Steve is better at it, I think, than I am, but he has a great eye for kind of display and how to kind of put stuff out, and that carries over, to like backgrounds and that kind of thing for the stuff that we do now. And so it's just going to be adorable. Adorbs. Okay, wait. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. I'm getting started long arming the quilt tops I made. God, I want to learn. Over the winter. Yeah. I don't need any more. I don't even want it chilly in the evening. Like I don't when it starts to get that little breeze in the evening and you're like, ooh, I don't want that anymore. I don't want any of it. Okay. Kate. Someone came in. Kate? Hi, Kate. Kate Moore. Hi, Kate. So glad you're here. Did laundry, vacuumed, washed a couple floors. I'm just a regular Stepford wife. Yeah, I have to wash the floors. I got to clean the floors. I don't want to do any housework today. Sorry, Stephen. I don't. I will, but I don't want to. And we're having quesadillas for dinner. Just letting that cat out of the bag. Typing isn't my thing this morning. Typing is not my thing this morning. Neither apparently is cutting. Sandra, you're gonna, if you love Mr. Patterson, you're gonna like this one. Interesting topic matter. Topic matter? Topic matter? Subject matter? Subject matter. That really is kind of the influence of Viola Davis. I think that was her in interviews that I've seen. But again, that great easy reading style, get in, right? Jump in, get in, start going. I like that kind of a book. She didn't buy it. Disclaimer. Okay, disclaimer. You ready? I did not buy this book. I am not sponsored by James Patterson, although if you've been on my channel for longer than... Uh-oh. I hit the wrong button and all my screens went away. What have I done here? I should just go to bed and start over. I am not sponsored by James Patterson, but if you're looking for a quilting channel to sponsor Mr. Patterson, I'm your girl. Probably not. Anyway, I didn't buy it. My sweet husband bought it. Why? Because my sweet husband is a little bit of an enabler and feeds my reading addiction. And I'm all the happier for it. So thank you, my love. And look at it's got the painted edges. I like that. It's not that big of a deal to me, but I do. It is kind of cool. Okay. Yeah, you're going to like it. Is that Steve? It is Steve. Studio. So, Betsy, on last week's show, I guess it's a show. It's a quirky show. We announced that we are going to be starting in the next couple of weeks. We will be launching our members channel, and most of the members channel stuff, a lot of the members channel stuff will be from our new studio, which we are revamping next door. And it's going to be fantastic. So we'll have a lot of product reviews. We'll have some exclusive member content, some longer form stuff. We will also, for those of you that love a live, for those of you that love a Zoom, I should say, an interactive live, where you don't have to type, you can talk. You will be able to participate in the Zooms that way. So you'll have to be a member. It's the easiest and best way for us to keep the Zooms secure and all kinds of new stuff, new fun stuff. We're so excited. Okay. Finished Kill Alex Cross by Patterson. Now reading House of Cross. I know. God, I got to get into Alex Cross. It's another great series. I also have to get back to his Women's Murder Club series because I've fallen behind. Gosh, I tell you what. I'm going to have to quit my job. Sweetheart, I'm sorry, but I just cannot get through all these books if I have to work. So, and all this sewing. Lunchtime. Thank you, Angela. Have a great week. Bye, Dubrovka. Angie Stoll is reading Gray Mountain. Think John Grisham. I have heard of Gray Mountain, and that sounds good. Let us know how it is, Angie. That is such a surprise. Long-arming the quilt tops that you made in Virginia over the winter. Good luck with that, Betsy, because you had a lot. I do love John Grisham. His last book was good, but not great. Not my favorite, I should say. It was very, very good, but not my favorite. To quilt piecing. Donna. God forbid, Angela, you actually invite sponsorships for your channel. You mean you have to make money for your time and be able to provide? I know. God forbid. God forbid we have to somehow pay for all this. How is your mom? Angie, sending hugs and love to her. She is doing fantastic. I think, for being completely transparent, I think some of the problem was my mom. How much of this do I need? Yellow? 4 3x3s. Okay, so really briefly, she takes medication. It's related to her heart. She has to take one at night before she goes to bed, and then a few hours after she wakes up, she's supposed to take a second one. Well, she'd been taking her medication, but then she had been waiting a bit to eat food. The reason she'd been waiting a bit to take food was because the medication was making her stomach upset, like she was getting a little queasy. But had she taken the medication with food, it would not make her queasy. So now she takes it with food, and she's not really queasy. You can't make this stuff up sometimes. You just can't. What's this? Where did you come from? How many do I need? 4. Oh, well, let's just use you. Okay, so now I got those done. The yellow is done. Okay, 4 of those. All right, now we did the green. We did the yellow. That 6 2.5 by 2.5s. Oh, I forgot to turn this back on. Sorry. Green. The white is done. The teal, we're going to use this for the teal. We only need 2 3x3s. Okay, let's do that real quick. Is this adorable? How pretty is that? Joann's. Oh, Joanne, where are you when we need you? Oh my gosh. Where are you when we need you? We need 2 3x3s. All right. Okay. All right. I'll press it a little bit. Oh, you're not going to believe this. My Kindle died. And here's the funny thing about my Kindle dying. It's not the end of the world, only because, you know, now you can read Kindle on your phone, you can read it on your iPad, you can whatever. But I still love the size of my Kindle. I love having that small-ish device. that's not distracting. You know, you're not tempted to, you're not searching the web. You're just reading. Okay, some of you are going to have to close your eyes when I do this because I'm going to cross my arm. Ready? I bet you've never seen anyone cut anything like that before. Well, now you have. Perfect 3 inches. The other reason I love it is it's the perfect size to shove in my purse so that, you know, sometimes we go out somewhere, Steve needs to go, he wants to go look at something or whatever, and it's something that I don't, you know, he wants to spend some time kind of, you know, studying something. And you know, but I want to be with him. I don't want to stay home or not go or, you know. So how many am I supposed to cut? Oh my God. Angela, get it together. 2. Only 2. 2. And it was just the perfect size. You know, you shove it in your purse, psst, done. You know you've got something to read. You know you're not going to get bored. But now, I still don't know what the 6 2.5 by 2.5s are. It's the green along the bottom. That's what it is. Okay. I'm going to use the same green. I don't have another green that I like as much that will go with all this. So I'm just using the same green wherever the green is called out. 1 2.5. 2.5. Although, why couldn't it just be one piece? Okay. Hey, listen, I don't draw the patterns. I don't make the patterns. I just do as I'm told. 2.5. So I went to turn it on. The battery was low. I plugged it into charge. I went to turn it on. Dead. Screen's all janky, weird. So she's dead. Yes, I've done the hard reset. Yes, I've talked to it. I've cajoled it. I've threatened it. It's not coming back. So no Kindle for right now, which is fine. I make do. Read on my phone, read on my iPad. But I've had my Kindle for like 8 years, 7 years, something like that. So the first thing Steve said was, "Aren't you okay? Hello, have you? I mean, it's got a shelf life." I don't assume that things have a shelf life. Let me tell you what I mean by that. It's quite frequent that, in my mind, twisted up as the wires are, once I buy something, I kind of assume that that's it. I'm done. Unless I'm going to eat it or clean with it, I don't want to have to buy it again. So there's always a moment of shock, in internal shock, when something dies that I have to buy it again. The light bulb went out in my closet last night. The light bulb. It's a bulb. And I swear to you, my first thought was, I cannot believe I have to buy a new light bulb. Now, mind you, that light bulb's been in there for 2 or 3 years, but still, really, nothing lasts anymore. Frustrating. Frustrating! Okay, 2.5. How many do I need? 6? 6. Okay, 2. Four. I don't know why I cut so many of these strips because I only need 6. And I will also tell you the definition of irony. If you were wondering what the definition of irony is, I'll tell it to you. Yesterday, I spent about 45 minutes cleaning my stove. I really got in there. Just really got in there. Cleaned just the burners, the burner plates, the grates, clean. Nice. And what did I make for breakfast? Bacon. If you know, you know. Okay, so it's calling out another purple. But do I have anything else here I'd like to use? Can I do a little orange? 2 and 1. Couldn't I do orange? I'm going to do orange. I'm doing orange. Okay. Okay, wait, let me catch up here. Has anyone noticed if Michael's has stepped up to the plate yet? Read the materials processed. Mine has some fabric but nothing spectacular. Our Michael's is a ways away, and I haven't been to one. If you look at them online, it's very hard to figure out what they have, where it's at. So I'm ruling Michael's out. I end up going to Hobby Lobby because it's close to me, or honestly, I go to Walmart. It's not a huge selection, but if you need basic stuff or fat quarter here, fat quarter there, you can grab it there. I don't think they're going to get serious about taking over Joann's fabric clientele. I think that they figure we've all just scattered out and figured out we haven't stopped quilting. So I miss Joann's fat quarters. They used to have sales 10 for 10, bought a boatload. I love these, and I loved their fat quarters because they had so many. And if you were trying to figure out if you wanted, like, what you wanted for a backing on something or what you wanted to use for a border, and you didn't necessarily want to buy it all, you could buy a bunch of different fat quarters. I did that all the time. I'd buy fat quarters, and then I could figure out what was going to look best with something. And then, I lost my train of thought. And then I still have the fat quarters. That's why I have some of these fat quarters, because I bought them to see if it was going to work with something else. And now I have all these fun fat quarters. Oh, Joann's. Poor management coming from the very top. Yeah. Too many shopping online and not supporting local stores. That's a trend and the reason malls are slowly closing. I agree. I also agree that Joann's by us there's no real way to say this nicely, so I'm just going to say it. It was kind of a dump. The floors were filthy. The store itself was filthy. The shelves were a chaotic mess. And the employees that were there couldn't have given two rips about what was going on. And I agree. I think that the shopping online thing, they convinced us, oh, just order it online. And now that's what we do. We pick up our phones and we start ordering. And we don't stop to, encourage or try to, but our Joann's, overall, they had problems. They had buying problems. They had overbuying problems. They had overbuying in the wrong directions type problems. And I think they didn't get out ahead of some of the marketing. And I think that they also, during COVID, I think they got a little fat and happy. I think that they figured that because everybody was trapped at home during COVID, and a lot of the crafting and DIY type stuff, they were so, like, Joann's was just, my Joann's during you know, when we were all sick, was just, it was crazy. However, um, um, once that was over, lost my train of thought again. Once that was all over, I think that they believed to a certain extent that it was going to live on forever, and it doesn't live on forever. And you have to change with the change. And yeah, but the biggest problem with the Joann's by me, I was never surprised at the ones by us. Now the ones that we had in California, we had 2 in California that I went to. Fantastic. My God, loved them. I could spend hours in there. And it was perfect because there was a golf shop right next door. So we would go over there if we just wanted to kind of get out of the house for a little bit. Steve would go to the golf shop. I would go to Joann's. When we moved here, the Joann's here, awful. Awful. There's no other word for it. And it smelled old and musty and dirty. And it was very uninviting. Is the only way. Okay, Angela, we're not going to let the room get out of control again. So fold this up while you're here. It was very uninviting. And then, you know, you take the fact that all of those things were going on, and then you add to that the fact that the staff was just, they weren't helpful, they weren't engaging, they weren't, you know, you get to the counter and nobody would even say anything. Are you ready to go? It was, and you began to question, why am I spending my money here? Like, why am I going out of my way to come into this store? And so that our store closing was not a surprise. But anyway, if I had all the answers, I'd be a billionaire. And I'm not. Okay. Bye, Diane. Have a great day at work. And we're saying prayers and sending hugs and good wishes your way. And we're thankful that whatever you're going through has already been dealt with and resolved. Okay? Bye. Okay. Consumers are getting fed up with online shopping, shipping costs, mixed quality, counterfeits, etc. I've never been a fan. It's becoming a mixed bag. 110%. And, you know, you have so much, forgive me, but you have so much Asian influence. It's just, I hate ordering things online. We still like malls, but they're not what they used to be. Yeah, I know. We used to love a mall just because it was great to, you know, you go, you know, you kind of get out, you go walk around, grab a cup of coffee, blah, blah, blah. You know, fun. Get out of the house for a little bit. Look at something new. We love an outdoor mall, which were all over California. And there were a couple that we used to go to all the time. And we'd walk around. We'd get a juice or a smoothie or a little ice cream or a cup of coffee in the winter or hot cocoa or whatever. And it was fantastic. And Minnie's favorite pet store was there. And now we live 3,000 miles away. Lazy, completely disposable, but it's the truth. Yes. 100%, Sandra. Yeah. Again, our boyfriend, we've also tuned into, hi, Jackie. We've also turned into this, like, such an entitled, oh my gosh. I don't even know what I'm cutting here. I do. I figured it out. Okay. Let's just do this because this is all we're going to need. Okay. All right. So we need a 3x3. 3x3. And then we need 2.5 by 2.5. Okay. 2.5. Shave a little off you. We've become this society where, we can't even go down the street for an ice cream cone. We have to have somebody deliver it to us. Or, lunch. You can't drive down the street and grab your lunch. We have a whole industry now of people running around bringing us things like we're, Oh my gosh. I tell you what, if aliens have actually landed here, and if we ever have to explain some of these habits that we have now, they won't believe us. Wait a minute. So you're at home. Yes. And someone brings you your lunch. Yes. Yes. Here's your lunch. Yeah. And then we pay them a pittance to do it. Are you like a god or a king? Nope. Just the average Joe. Yeah, that's the problem with malls, is that we're so, like, when Steve and I go to the mall, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, but if you have to run, have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, but we'll just chat for a minute or two. When we go to a mall now, Steve is, and I am too, but Steve more so, he's so hyper aware of, who's around us in the parking lot, on the roof of the parking lot, on the roof of the mall, the vibe that you get when you walk in, the whole thing, because it's just such a, I don't know, you feel like a real fish in a barrel sometimes. Next Sunday, so please get your submissions in. Get your photographs and your finished projects or projects in progress posted to the Facebook page, because next Sunday we're doing the spotlight on you. Jackie, movie theaters is the same way. We haven't been to a movie theater in so long, just because, and I only let Steve pick the tickets, when you buy the tickets online or what have you, because he chooses the seats, and it's usually near a door or near an aisle or with an easy way for us to get out if we have to. And that's just such a sad, it's just, we won't be invaded. Nobody wants us. They'll all turn back without question, Madeline. They would look at us as a whole and just say, okay, sorry, wrong stop. Wrong stop. We'll keep going. Hi, Maria from South Texas. Go back and watch the whole show. It's a real dumpster fire, Maria. Today was a real dumpster fire. Yeah. Defense mode. Amen. Unfortunately, everything's coming from China. We must stop that. Yeah, we really do. We really do. We have to make a conscious effort. And people always say, well, yeah, but if we don't, everything is, other places, it's so much more expensive. You're only going to shift that. The only reason everything got so cheap elsewhere was because we kept demanding it. We kept demanding it. We're so, it's like we're starving and we're so voracious for it. And so they just keep feeding it to us the way that we want. And if we stop that, then competition will increase here. Okay. I hope you guys, I think we've solved most of the world's problems, and, and hopefully made Diane feel better. So that's all in a day. I have all my fabrics now for the egg. So we're going to finish the egg. Okay. And the price of movie theaters. Steve and I used to go to, just a few years ago when we were in California, we used to go to the movies twice a month, maybe more. You could get tickets, popcorn, a drink for 2 people. Would be like $30. No. Now it's Okay. Oh my God, it's 12:40. I don't know. Doesn't matter. The only thing waiting for me are dirty floors and laundry. Next week we will finish the egg and get started on the machine cover. And I think that that's about it. I think we've solved all the problems, and I don't think I've forgotten anything except what? Only a 1/4 inch seam. I love you guys. Have a fantastic week. I'll see you on Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday's not live. It is our normal video. So Wednesday's video, and Wednesday is ongoing Wednesday, where we work on a larger project so that we can get it done. I love you guys. Have a fantastic start to your week and a great rest of your Sunday. Go outside. It's beautiful outside. Go outside. Love you. Bye. Goodbye, sweetheart. I love you.